Are 6:30. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler.
Here.
Counselor Housechild.
Here.
Mayor Boucher.
Here. We have no public hearings. Do we have any announcements from counselors tonight?
No, other than, it looks a little strange. We only have 3 members tonight. One is, has left the community and the other one can't make it tonight. So they're just 3 of us, but we have a
We'll
quorum.
carry on.
Yep.
Good thing we don't need a super majority for anything. Communications, correspondences are placed in file for counselors to check if we want to, or any citizen. Number 7, presentations. Mr. Sense, would you like to take center stage and we can take a little break here and recognize someone who's contributed a lot to the community?
Recognize one line for 30 years of service in recent retirement to the city of Hermantown. When we look back at the history of our city, it's impossible not to see the positive impact that Glenn Marble had. For more than 30 years, Glenn looked after the city with incredible care. Where our city has grown since he began working for Hermantown in 1990, it's fair to say that Glenn knows this community from its foundation up and even below that. Glenn provided great service to people in Hermantown for 32 years, but it's also shaped the culture of our public works department to be one of care and concern. He's really cared for every inch of the city as if it was his own. We all owe Glenn a great deal of thanks and gratitude for his efforts during his career here to making this wonderful town. Glenn, we hope that you always feel this way, a member of our team, and we call it Hermantown. Thank you.
And Glenn, I'd like to say a few words too. I think I've known you over 40 years, so longer than you've been here. And I've worked with you and hand in hand on a lot of things when I was here for a career. And you've always been a go-to person. You've been the person that everybody could depend on. And that's something really, really strange in employment. There aren't many of those people around. You know this city inside and out, but you're also part of this city. You're part of the growth. You're part of what's happened. I think when you're retired, you can look around and you can be proud of what you see that you've been a part of. I'm going to put in my little plug and say we do have boards and commissions and also elected openings from time to time if you ever would like to be involved with city government on that end, because you would bring a wealth of experience to something like that. Experience like that isn't present in the community. And most of us aren't from Hermantown. You know, most of us weren't born and raised here. Some of us were raised nearby and we're close to Hermantown, but there's not a lot of us that have the time that Glenn has in Hermantown, and it's valuable past your retirement. Please consider being part of that. I think that's the president calling right now to congratulate you, but I've got to come out and shake your hand and thank you.
And I first met Glenn in 1994 when he came to my house to put my new water service in. So, and it was, I still remember. Thanks for all that you did. My water still doesn't leak, but if it does, I know who we're going to call. The water starts bubbling up there.
And next on our agenda is item 8, public discussion. This is the time that individuals can address the council about any item not on the agenda. There will be a time later on the agenda for the items to be discussed before they're voted on by the council. Is anyone online or in chambers that wishes to address the council at this time? If so, state your name and address. If you're in chambers, you can walk to the podium and use the microphone. If you're online, you can raise your hand or just speak with and start with your name and address. Is there anyone that wishes to speak to the council at this time? Is there anyone that wishes to participate in public discussion with the council at this time? And this will be the last opportunity for public discussion. If you wish to speak to the council, please state your name and address. With no public discussion, we will move on to the consent agenda, which consists of last meeting's minutes and accounts payable. Is there a motion for that?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Housechild. Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher,
Aye. Ordinances, we have a second reading of ordinance 2022-13, an ordinance amending Title II of the Hermantown City Code by amending the official zoning map of eastern 8.1 acres of parcel 395-0010-07720. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder, should we turn this over to Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Eric, would you explain this one to us?
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Before us this evening is a proposed rezoning from P Public to R3 Residential of a portion of Bethany Cemetery. The property is located at 4938 Hermantown Road. That cemetery is located on two parcels that's generally either abut Hermantown Road or Stebner Road. The eastern 8 acres of that eastern parcel is what's being discussed this evening. The cemetery board has approached the city asking to rezone this parcel and subdivide it into this 8-acre piece to R3 from the P Public. Their purposes is that they wish to market it for potential residential development sometime in the future. There are no applications for this particular project or parcel right now. Once again, this is just something that would be marketed for residential development under that R3 zoning. The adjacent properties surrounding this are zoned R3 as well.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from council?
Nope.
Is there anyone either present in chambers or online that wishes to comment on this matter? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Is there any public input on ordinance 2022-13? This will be the final opportunity for public discussion on the change of the official zoning map, a city ordinance change. Is there anyone that wishes to speak to the council? With no public input, I'd ask for a roll call.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher,
Aye. Next is resolution 2022-122. Resolution approving the 2023 Towards Zero Deaths Enforcement Grant Agreement. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder, should we have the chief discuss this?
Sure.
Chief?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This resolution is in regards to a grant that we have been partaking in for several years, long before actually I was here, so more than a decade. The main focuses are to make our roads safer through education and enforcement. There's 4 specific areas that we are focusing on, and that's impaired driving, seatbelt enforcement, speed enforcement, and distracted driving. The grant amount is similar to the last couple of years, and I just recommend approval.
Thank you. And this is a $25,000 grant
Yeah, it was between 25 and 27.
that's used to pay our officers overtime pay for working extra to participate in this program.
Correct.
Thank you. Is there any other comments from council? Is there any public input on this resolution? Is there anyone online or in chambers that wishes to comment on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address. Do we have any public input on resolution 2022-122? Roll call, please.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. That ends our business of tonight's meeting. I'd entertain a motion to recess.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Geisler. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.